Hello everyone. Welcome to a just roll out of bed reading. I definitely woke up like this. I definitely didn't put on any makeup. I did catch my hair on fire. With this candle, my hair did catch on fire. Please observe this candlestick. It is from Honeybell Vintage. I'll link it in the description box. So I did wake up to do this. I was like, I'm gonna jump out of bed and do reading. And I was setting up, and then my hair did catch on fire. And let me tell you a few things that happened. One, there's a lot of smoke. It's very surprising. And you're like, oh. And then two, it keeps burning. And then you go, ah! Because you don't know if it's gonna stop or not. Just as I didn't know what to do, it did stop. Then from there, it's just very gross. There are bits of your hair that are
burned.
They're burned. And there's big chunky bits and really small bits. You know, I was like, is this a sign that I shouldn't do a reading? Who knows? Who knows? But we're gonna try anyways. What a beautiful metaphor. You know, your hair catches on fire, just keep going, you try anyways. Shout out to my roommate who, like a sweet little mommy, came to my assistance. Wow, it's actually looking pretty good. Oh wait, it's because this is the chunk. Yeah, it's this chunk here. Still looking pretty good. Okay, she rushed to my side and squirted some conditioner in it. We brushed it out. It's looking pretty decent. I'm still gonna get a haircut though. Anyways, let's get to it. Let's cleanse the shit out of this place. Yeah, we're gonna cleanse the shit out of it. So this is not a regular pick a card reading. This is going to be a reading for the collective. Okay, this flame is very angry. Is there still hair in it? Cleanse this. Reading for the collective, because this astrological weather out there right now is absolutely bonkers. And we just got out of eclipse season. I feel pretty wrung out. And I just wanted to do like an energy check for the collective. I want to see how we're all doing. What's the best way forward? And I've got some surprise treats for the end. So make sure you stick around for all of it. Please stick around. I love you. Let's first get an oracle card from Postcards from the Liminal space. This deck, let me tell you, the power of this deck is like kind of unruly in a way that I respect. And I feel like it's the right kind of unruly energy for how we all might be feeling right now. It's really intense. So get your tea. I'm drinking coffee because I just burned my hair. Also get a little, have you had your breakfast yet? Okay, these two really jumped out. That card said break the cycle, but I really would like one clean, clear card. There we go. Wow, okay. Break the cycle though is, I think, huge for right now. I think as things are opening up, at least here in the US, it's sort of this vibe of back to normal. And like, how many times did we say during the pandemic of like, there is no going back. There are things that can't sustain. Like, we are going to break the earth with capitalism. So I think breaking the cycle is very potent. Those first two cards that came out were the software update. We can't keep running these old programs. I think on a macro level and probably within ourselves. There are things that are shedding. There are things that are breaking. It's just, it can't, the center won't hold. The center won't hold. And then we've got the enemy of intuition is self-doubt. Does that need any explanation? And this person is waiting for a train, and it's like, I think it's that feeling of like, is it all gonna pass me by? Is it all gonna pass me by? Do I need to jump on this first train that I see? Is it for me is, am I just gonna miss every single train that ever comes by? Like, the cycle, the program of self-doubt that keeps running doesn't allow anything else to come in. And so break the cycle, breaking free of this software is like, it's gonna help us progress collectively. So what are you doing in your life that you would like to change? And how that will impact the collective is like, certainly to progress, it's needed. Okay, the juices are flowing. Whoop. Okay. These two jumped out. Got the Empress. There's a willow growing out of a heart. And then the Tower has also jumped out, which, like, listen, I'm not here for fear-based anything, fear-based astrology, fear-based tarot. This is one of the heavier cards, and that's okay. It comes up, we're scared. Of course, that's a natural response. But I'm here to tell you all of the tarot brings medicine. Lindsay Mack always says this. All of the tarot is here to bring us medicine. And so the Tower is like, it comes for us. I mean, we are collectively in a Tower moment. We have been since probably, like, I think the impacts of it were felt at the beginning of the pandemic. It's like, it's again, the center won't hold. The Tower comes down because it was built on a structure that was never meant to support it. And so our Empress friend comes up. We have to make room for something new, for the new software. And I think the Empress, like, believes in possibility. There's an immense belief in self in the Empress. There are as many, like, meanings to each card, I think, as there are branches here. And it's not about fertility. It can be, but, like, if it's, Lindsay Mack also says this, if it's not for everyone, then it isn't for anybody. Not everyone can produce a child or wants to produce a child. Like, it's about fecundity, certainly. It's about what can grow. And it is like, this earth is scorched, but what can still grow there? What are the beautiful possibilities? We have to dream a future into existence. And I think at the Empress, we are at the maximum level of believing in ourselves. And then we have to believe in ourselves even more. And it's like, the Empress comes right after the High Priestess. And I think the High Priestess is about trusting your intuition to get past gatekeepers, to get past red tape. And so we make it past there and we burst into the rest of our journey and we're like, look at me. Look at what I can do. Can I trust my own wisdom? Can I receive wisdom from my intuition and trust it? Intuition is neutral. And sometimes we can get information from our intuition that we then attach an emotional response to, like fear or excitement. I mean, let's be real, the excitement feels better than the fear, but intuition is not anxiety, it's not self-doubt. And we can feel like, oh, maybe that's not for me, but then we'll attach something to it of like, oh, we're not good enough for that. And it's like, yes, we are good enough. We are good enough. And we have to dream a future. We have to dream of a future. We have to dream of a better future. And it's work that we will maybe never see, but the work itself is the point. The work itself is the point. I just want to be transparent and like, I have bipolar disorder. I had 2 substantial panic attacks yesterday, and like, I'm right there with you. I'm not sitting here like trying to pretend I'm super wise. I'm just in it with you, and I don't know anything that you don't know. I'm just here to affirm it. So, okay. Oh, okay. Let's do a little more. 8 of Pentacles. Ugh, these images. Like, I'll link it below just to make sure you all know where to find it. Yeah, this bee building and building and building and building. When I'm in the 8 of Pentacles, I feel like I'm still doing this. Like I'm still doing this. And it's like we kind of discredit everything we've done. Like if and I feel like Justice Reversed is here to support that. I'll get into that. We look back at what we've done and what we've accomplished with disdain because of how far there is to go. And certainly in our collective struggles and like fights for liberation, there is good work that is being done, but there is so much further to go. And it can feel like man, I'm like, like that's how much there is to go. And it's like, yes, but look at how far we've all come. And like, and yes, we have to keep going. We have to keep going. It's so appropriate that this is a bee. Bees work so hard to keep the whole world going. And they work and they work and they keep doing it. Now we have to be careful about that, right? Like we aren't bees and we need rest. Does anybody know about how bees rest? If you do, please put it in the comments. But like they're working hard and they communicate with each other. They communicate with each other. 3 of Cups coming up reversed here. This I think can also allude to like building community. I gotta be real, whenever this card comes up, I do think about what happens in spaces when cis men are not present. Take that for what you will. Please come at me. Like it'll be more comments and it'll boost this video. That may be just a specific message. That might be a message for you if you were, if you're thinking of getting a community together. If you're thinking of like starting a weekly meeting or creating a space and you want to create a safe space, like let's look at this Daughter of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. Daughter of Pentacles. Okay, Pentacles are not about money. I scream about that all the time on this channel. Look at them. This figure is like, what do I do with this? And it's like, oh, what is the earthly work I want to do? Maybe it is about building that community, because like we all deserve justice. And that doesn't mean it occurs within our justice system. The justice system has failed people for a long time. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about our like punitive, capitalistic, carceral system of justice. Justice is looking at what is unflinchingly. I think like blind justice is a huge like conspiracy to make us think that like not looking is being impartial, but we need to look honestly at what is. And so Justice Reversed, it's like we have got to tip these scales. We've got to like fully bring it back around and like look unflinchingly at what's happening within our own lives and within the collective. Again, it's like looking up the mountain, like that would be nice. But we are here in this moment where we need to keep doing the work. We need to keep turning the soil over. Like doing what we're meant to do here, please be honest with yourself. What are you meant to do here? It's okay if you don't know yet, but we know a lot at the Daughter of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, this inward energy of Pentacles, of going in and thinking, what do I want to do? It's very precious. We've gone through 1 to 10 and we like know some things now. We know some things. And when you look back on your life, what will you have wanted to have done? What will you feel good about? Because like the Lovers reverse coming up, we can only meet others as far as we've met ourselves. And that's not to say like we need to be perfect before engaging in any kind of relationship. It is to say though that like we are the ones we have been waiting for and no one is coming to save us. We save us. We help us. I just also want to say that like when we like yearn for someone or see something in somebody else that we admire the shit out of, we recognize that as a quality because we know it in ourselves. It's like, I think shame can sometimes be the distance between what we wish we had done or wanted to do and what we did. And it's like when we trip into that distance of like, oh, look how far I fell short, it can make us feel shame. And I think the invitation here is to like, what if it wasn't shame? What if it was inspiration? What if it was inspiration? What if it was inspiration? Holy cow! What if it could be inspiration? What if we could see this and be like, well, shit, that's gone. That's gone, and now maybe what is loading? What is loading? Remember when it used to take the internet so long to load? It could be inspiring. And how do we inspire ourselves so that we can inspire others? And like, oh, dang, dude. Like, wow, these three together, like, holy hell. Like, yes. Yes. I feel amped. Okay, let's get one more card. I feel the impulse to get one more card. Okay, yeah. This is like the Hanged one. I like to say suspension. It's like, and certainly like this was a 1.5 years of suspended animation. I think we are still in the dreamy phase. I think it's like, I'm not ready to go yet. Back of the deck energy is Son of Swords. I'll let you know when I'm ready to go, motherfucker. Okay, capitalism. I would like to take time. You can't make me come out of here until I want to. And your discomfort around that is about you. This is the boundary. And I will go when I'm ready. And it's going to be faster and farther than I even thought I can go. It's going to be faster and farther than I even thought I could go. Let's get one more card. It's back to the liminal space. Okay, break the cycle is the bottom of the deck. Whoa, mirror, mirror. Okay. This one, let's get the guidebook for that. With Justice card. I read, there is an elegance in accepting honest, unflattering reflection. Your refusal to see will not make unpleasant truths disappear any more than putting your hands over your eyes will make you invisible. Everything you are capable of perceiving is a mirror, and the willingness to regard it as such is an invitation into greater self-awareness. There may be a lot of things that you don't like that you're seeing in yourself and around you. And again, what if it could be an invitation into deeper self-understanding? When we understand ourselves deeper, we are more compassionate and we reduce suffering in the world. We really do. It gives us compassion for ourselves, it gives us compassion for others, but it takes that really honest self-inquiry to break the cycle, break down that self-doubt, because we're deserving. We're inherently worthy of love and belonging, and we owe that to ourselves. We owe it to others. Okay, time for some surprise treats. I'm going to just find a random page in this book. This is called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. And I did cry ugly tears when I read this the first time. It is a children's book. And children's books, I think, often have the simplest, most beautiful wisdom. Okay. As I said okay, I opened up to this page that says, okay. Let's just look at the images together. This horse has grown wings. Here we go. I will read you the previous page to give you context for this. Okay. There's something I haven't told you, said the horse. What's that? Said the boy. I can fly, but I stopped because it made other horses jealous. Well, we love you, whether you can fly or not. So the horse is starting to grow wings. And the horse says, okay. I'm sorry, it's so beautiful. We love you whether you can fly or not. It's just really beautiful. But also that the horse like dimmed his own light because it was making other people jealous. And it is that like, oh, right. We don't want to shut ourselves off because we are making other people uncomfortable. Our power and our presence is making other people uncomfortable, right? And so that is like where we do come out of this eventually. Like whatever reason we've gone in here, we do come back out. And the vision you have for the future might be wild. The vision you have for yourself might be wild. But don't shut it down on other people's account. No. I think sometimes the hanged one, it's like, are we hanging out in discomfort, or are we letting someone else hang out in discomfort? You know? Other people's discomfort around your dreams is about them. And you know, I think a lot of fear keeps us stuck, and then we stay stuck as a collective, and it's like, let's listen to those deepest directives of the heart and soul and know that we are loved and we are worthy of love and belonging no matter what. I love that book. Okay, last little treat. So this was an art installation that dispensed these little cards, and I'll link all the artists below. And yeah, I don't know how else to explain it, but the prompt was, where do we go from here? And I think as a collective, having something about where we're going from here is helpful. Woo! This says along for the ride, and it's a little figure on like a bug. This is very like sun card energy to me. We're all in this together. We've got to go where life takes us. We're along for the ride. It's not all up to you. It's not all up to you. But doing your part is certainly a better way to go along for the ride than just hanging out in self-doubt and self-loathing. Any number of things that you're telling yourself. Maybe that's just me. This was a treasure and a delight. This is the first collective reading I will have done. I have to pee desperately, so I'm gonna go do that. Thank you for being here. If you feel called to it, like and subscribe. Gotta push that. And I love you. Goodbye.